Unpopular opinion, any culture can be a toxic workplace culture if it's the only culture allowed. For example, when you think of professional white collar work environment, most of us know the cultural demand is to wear a suit to the interview. But Silicon Valley has flipped that on its head and actually turned people away because of suits. Let me share a story. I'm Dr. Anna Kay, and I research the unwritten rules of work for the working class and intersections of neurodivergence, race, and gender. In this article, Inside the Meritocracy, written by somebody a while ago who worked in Silicon Valley, he talked about all the issues that are arising in Silicon Valley because it's just too monolithic. It's a bunch of people with insane wealth who are all the same in many ways: wealth, status, race, gender, etc. And he's not the only one who's written on this. But a story that he tells that stands out to me is this one. We had a gentleman over to interview for one of our account executive positions. Great resume, great cover letter, did well in our initial phone screen. He was dressed impeccably in a suit. I stole a glance to a few of the people from my team who had looked up when he walked in, and I could sense the disappointment. It's not that we're so petty or strict about the dress code that we are going to disqualify him for not following an unwritten rule, but we know empirically that people who come in dressed in suits rarely work out well for our team. He was failing the go out for a beer test, and he didn't even know it. I told him he could take off his tie and jacket and loosen up a little bit, and he acknowledged that he felt a little out of place, but said that you can never overdress for an interview. Well, dude, no, actually, you can overdress for an interview, and you just did. Of course, I didn't say it. This is the problem with unwritten rules. A highly qualified person was being dismissed based on some observational, likely anecdotal data that they weren't going to fit in just because of their outfit, while a counter popular norm was that you should show up in a suit. When people with power and organizations do this, they don't just rob people of opportunities, though that is important. They also rob the organization of the opportunity to have good talent, which is connected to how you're going to come up with new ideas and sell more products or services and increase your revenue. So anybody can be toxic if you take just one narrative and run with it. The problem we have with a lot of modern workplaces is that we have one narrative that fits such a tiny part of the population that most people aren't happy with it. Do you have a story of when you've seen something that's not inherently problematic become an unwritten rule that became a barrier?